Let's see if this thing's on. Okay. Is this working? Are we live? I think we're live. Hey, how you doing? Hey, everybody. My name is Uncle Bruce. They call me Uncle Bruce. Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. Been a while since I've done a live show, so I'm really out of practice. But I've had a number of requests the last week or two about, hey, are you still alive? Where you been? I'm around. I'm trading. Let's put that on mute right there. How about that? Hopefully everything is coming through okay. Any of you guys let me know if you're hearing me okay and the audio's fine and the picture's fine. Then great. Welcome all to a little hi, how are you show. Nice to see some familiar faces saying hi to me, which is great. Still offering classes on my website in case anyone is interested in learning how to write options. You can always work on that. I'm doing option work myself. I won't tell you what I'm doing because that I don't want to get into that over here. I don't want to have any conflicts of interest. But it's great to see you all. I hope you're all alive and well and doing okay. I hope you're making money in this market. I am very much looking forward to the Sofi financials, I guess next Tuesday, Wednesday. And I'm keeping a very close eye on GameStop, eBay. You probably know by now, many of you who follow GameStop, that our friends at GameStop now own about 10% of eBay. I don't know how high they're going to go before the folks at GameStop decide to do a tender offer where they just go right to the shareholders with an offer to buy stock. I'm not sure if they are restricted to 10% or whether if they breach 10%, must they then declare any intentions they might have? I don't know. I'm going to guess that they can keep buying stock, whether it's actual shares or it's options on the derivatives market to buy, to exercise to buy stock. They might just do that up to 15%. They may announce that we're intending to buy 15 to 20% of the stock on the open market from time to time. On the other hand, they might just say, no, as soon as we hit, 10% on the nose, we must now declare formally our intentions. We've already made a takeover offer, which was rejected by the board of eBay. We're going to come around and say, you know what, we are intending on making a tender offer. Or they may say, this is the tender offer. Like, not only did we reach 10%, but here's a tender offer for us to acquire at least 51% of the voting stock. Now, look, if they've got 10% wrapped up, and then they announce they want to go to 50.1% to gain control, they only need 40.1% of all the stock out there to get to that level. 125 a share, 62.50 cash, 62.50 will be made up of new stock in the combined eBay GameStop company. And we'll see how many people take the offer. Now, on the other hand, they might come out and say, yeah, we're just going to offer 125 cash. We're offering 125 cash for half the stock. As soon as we get to 50.1%, there's a certain number, we're prepared to buy this many shares at $125 a share. Now, it might be that I think it's 450 million outstanding. So 225 million is what they need. They've already got 45 million. So they only need 180 million shares. So they might put a tender offer that says we're prepared to buy 180 million shares at 125 a share cash. And anyone who offers stock to us up to that level, that's how much we'll take. Now, if everybody comes to the table and says, here you go, you can have all our stock, all 90% you don't have for 125 in cash, they only have to accept 40 50% of the stock at 125. And if their intention was 50% cash, 50% stock, and they offer $125 for half the stock, GameStop will offer their 10%. They'll offer up 10% of their stock for them to themselves. They get the other 40%. That's half of the stock for cash. Now, the other half of the stock, they could just make a new tender offer and say a year from now, 6 months from now, we're offering stock in a new corporation for the other half, even though we control the whole thing anyway. I don't know. I'm not sure how this plays out. This could be a most interesting scenario. But every time the GameStop people buy more eBay stock, every share they get means one less share needs to be tendered to gain control of the company. And if GameStop just says, we're thinking of acquiring a sizable interest in the company as concerned investors, since we are concerned up to 10% of the company as it is, maybe they keep buying up the paper on the open market the way they've been doing it. Remember, they got that $10 billion in cash lying around, or they had $10 billion in cash. They can use up a bunch of that and scoop up probably 20% of the company before they have to borrow any money to buy any more. Now, think about this, kids. If you own 10,000 shares of GameStop shares in your personal margin account, you don't have any debit against it, and you want to buy more stock, your broker will probably let you buy 20,000 more shares on margin. You don't even need to put up any more money. You're using the 10,000 you have as collateral to buy 20,000 more to get a total of 30,000 shares of GameStop, and you own a third of them outright, and the other 2/3 you owe on. The broker will lend you probably up to that much money without even thinking. How easy is it for GameStop to go to a banker and say, yeah, look, we own 10% of eBay. The company is worth $50 billion or whatever the number is. We own $5 billion of the capital value of eBay. Let me just double check. Yeah, market cap $50 billion. So we got $5 billion. We'd like to borrow $10 billion more to buy up another 20% of the stock for cash. What banker won't take that deal? Because if they get that much of the company, they have 30% ownership of the stock. They only need 20% more to gain control. Kick out all the directors, kick out all senior management, drop the salaries by billions of dollars and all the benefits and all the stock options. Put Ryan Cohen in there for zero salary. Stock compensation only is what he'll end up getting, which I think every shareholder would go, yeah. Reduce the cost of eBay's management by a ton, its overall structure, and make a bunch of money. By the way, I was in one of my local shopping malls over the weekend with Auntie Jen. It hit 90 degrees around here the other day, and our air conditioning in our apartment building is kind of faulty. So we went to the mall and walked around an air-conditioned shopping mall. I went inside a GameStop store. Here in Canada, they're now called EB Games because the Canadian stores were sold off by GameStop to a Canadian group. And they've changed the name back to EB Games, which is what they used to be called around here. And I ended up talking to a couple of employees inside the store on Saturday afternoon. It was fairly active in the store, lots of activity. And I noticed that the back quarter of the store was collectible cards and collectibles. And the rest of the store was a mix of electronic games and other collectibles. But I asked the staff member at the back of the store, where they had a set of glass counters in kind of a horseshoe shape, and he was in the middle of the horseshoe with the wall behind him. I said, is this area of your store picking up activity? He says, oh, it's the number one moneymaker of the entire store. They make more money selling cards than games in profits and gross dollars. I said, what's your number one seller for these collectible cards? What's the number one thing? The most we sell of anything are Pokemon cards, he said. Then Magic cards, and then there were other versions of cards, which I know nothing about. I said, what about, football, hockey, baseball, basketball, sports collectibles? Oh, yeah, he says, NFL from Tops or Upper Deck, used to be Upper Deck. The guys over at oh gosh, his name escapes me now. It used to be Upper Deck. It's now all owned by the sports shop. It'll come to me in a minute. Anyway, the NFL cards came out already. They're already, a bunch came out, sold out within hours. So we could sell every pack we could get. We just can't get enough packs. We have customers here that come in here like every couple of days, checking on what's coming up. So they're making a ton of money, just a ton of money on collectibles. And GameStop in America is doing exactly that. GameStop last quarter made 300 something million in profit for the quarter. 300 million in profit. It's 100 million a month they're making. 1.2 billion a year in profit. That number will double this year. They'll probably do 600 million every quarter, and then Christmas's quarter will be double that. They're going to make $2 billion in profits. GameStop by itself, and they're just going to take over eBay chunk by chunk by chunk and merge it all into one. And the two companies combined will make 5 to 8 billion a year in profit. Everybody will get rich, except the existing management of eBay, the overpaid everybody, including the directors who are getting way too much money. They'll all be out. They'll get their paper. They'll walk with a bunch of paper. Don't worry. Don't cry for these people. They're going to be very, very wealthy thanks to Ryan Cohen. Well, Ryan Cohen will make all shareholders of both companies much richer once he gains control. So should be really interesting. Still trying to remember the name of that company that took over the sports card business. God damn it. The name of they sell caps. They're the folks that sell caps. Oh, geez. I was just there too. How sad. Jersey City used to be the company here in Calgary, in Canada. Jersey City used to have all the sports clothing stores in Calgary and all the major malls. They've been taken over by it'll come to me. There's probably a Canadian watching me here somewhere who knows. What's the name of the number one sports collectible store for hockey jerseys, baseball jerseys, football jerseys, caps? Damn it! It's on the tip of my tongue. You think I could get it? Can't. Anyway, that's to come. In the meantime, our friends at Sofi are coming up with their financials, and I have a feeling that we're about to see some serious stuff. No, it's not Tops. It's not Fanatics. Fanatics. Fanatics and Tops are now the thing, but there's another company that runs the clothing stores and the cap shops all over the United States. Every shopping mall has one of these lids, L-I-D-Z, lids. It's the Lids parent corporation is Fanatics, I believe, and Tops all in one. I believe it's all layered that way, and they run the whole show. I hope you have a good Uncle Bruce house mother can. Thank you for saying hi to me, everybody. Anyway, that's what I think is going on. Okay, SoFi. The long drought is about to end on SoFi's stock. The long, 15, 16, 17, 18, $19 market range, I think we're about to say goodbye to that, because I believe that the financials of SoFi, the actual fundamentals of how much money per share they are about to say they make, how many members they have, and their PE multiple being ridiculously low, I think we are over 20 again, maybe to 25, maybe to 30. I don't know. We'll see. Someone just walked into the room
without a bagel,
who I was going to ask a question of, but she came in too late. I've already got the answer.
Oh, what was the question?
What was the question? We were at EB Games the other day,
Yes, we
GameStop.
were.
And across the hall was the store that was selling jerseys and caps.
Yes.
What are they called now?
Lids.
Lids. It was Lids I was looking
Yeah.
at. I couldn't, I knew it started with an L, but I couldn't get it. Someone here help me. I did get it, and then someone, who was it? Gabriel just jumped on it and said, hey, it's Lids.
There you go.
Correct. But
Nice.
Lids owns Topps and Fanatic, and they create all the cards now. And
Yeah.
the cards are very restricted. As a matter of fact, we walked into the Lid
change in
store.
that store.
We went across the hall to the Lid store and saw their little wall unit glassed in with all their card collections. And they only sell team sports cards. They don't sell Magic cards and Pokemon cards. And the Lids people were saying, oh, yeah, we can't keep cards in stock. Whenever new cards come out, they're instantly bought up.
Talked about the Montreal Buyer, and McFarland is in there.
That's with GameStop, EB Games, yes. EB Games makes most of its money now from their cards and collectibles, as does GameStop in the US. Absolutely fascinating. Folks are saying hi. They've missed me. 132 people are watching.
There
So,
you go.
Auntie Jen, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
How's it going?
How's your summer? I've been out camping, 2 family reunions already.
That's right.
July's not even done yet.
No. Look, I went off the air full time at the end of July last year. It's coming up to a year.
Really?
And August 1st, I flew to Tokyo. It's coming up to a year. And I
That's
did the flight to Tokyo, and I did a flight to Singapore, then to Dubai, and then I met Auntie Jen in Amsterdam, and we did Europe together for like 5-6 weeks.
That's
And
for all you
then,
brownies out there. Amsterdam, damn.
Can't help it. And then we did a number of things together, including a couple of cruises, and then we came back at the end of October, and then at the end of December, New Year's Eve, we literally flew out of Calgary on New Year's Eve to London.
One of the best airport experiences we've ever had.
Yeah, hardly anybody there.
There's nobody there.
What a great way to travel. And we ended up in from England, from London, we flew to Malta a couple days later for a week, back to England, and went to Southampton, and we got on the Queen Anne Cunard cruise ship for 42 days, 6 weeks, from Southampton down to Cape Town and all the way up. Ended up in Singapore, and spent a few more days in Singapore. Then we went to Tokyo, and I took Jen to Japan for 3 weeks.
To Kyoto.
We were going to be there for about 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And with a week to go before it was time to leave, I flew Jen Jr. over as a surprise for Auntie Jen. And so Jen Jr. walked into our hotel room, and Auntie Jen is going,
am I having a stroke?
That looks like my daughter. Am I
Wait,
having a heart attack? What's going on here? This does not make sense. And so we had a wonderful time, the 3 of us, and enjoyed it. So we ended up with a 1 week visit in Tokyo for the 3 of us, and then Jen Jr. and Auntie Jen flew home together, and I spent an extra 10 days or so in Tokyo, and then flew home from there. And that was a trip that we finished. We finished that in March, and it's been April, May,
been home
June,
a long time.
July.
Okay?
We've been here in the town.
Well, I've been,
and
in the countryside doing family reunions.
Jen did some family reunion stuff and camping, which is great. Let me be a bachelor here for a bit.
I only got the tornado warning once.
Only one.
Only one time. Well, one evening got the warning twice.
With all the wacky weather we've had, and Jen has
definitely catches your attention.
Yeah, Jen and I are now plotting another trip.
Yes.
That will probably start at the end of September. We're going to head to Eastern Canada. We're going to see
I've never been to Halifax.
Maritimes. We're going to go to Newfoundland.
Go to the Rock.
We're going to go to Nova Scotia.
Are you going to kiss a cod?
No. PEI.
Are you going to drink Screech?
No. PEI, New Brunswick and Quebec and Ontario. We're going to do kind of a Eastern Canada trip, which we have to.
Will you at least eat lobster?
Oh, I'll be eating lobster and crab. There'll be some wonderful seafood. But we're looking forward to
singing a few shanties.
I'm looking forward to Eastern Canada in my own way. Auntie Jen has a whole other itinerary that you're just getting a glimpse of as to what's going on. Anyway, that's what's going on. So yeah, we're headed to Eastern
and
Canada.
the markets are the markets are fun. If you like riding that train back and forth, boy, these are the markets for you. Up one day, down the next day. Up one day, down the next day.
I'm a big fan of AI and the what opportunities there are in AI, and I really like the NVIDIA stock.
You really have been using it a lot. Not because it provides you answers that you couldn't find. It's just so much faster at giving you that answer.
I'm using ChatGPT on my phone. I just talk to my phone with a question. It gives me the answer
that you could find in quarterly or annual reports, but it's a slog to get through where it just gives it to you instantaneously.
I've been doing a lot of research on the AI sphere, the whole AI thing, and I've come to the conclusion that the only stock that anyone should really go after is NVIDIA. That's it. Why? Because it's the actual backbone of the whole dang thing. And they're going to generate 500 million plus in sales next year, which will be the largest corporation on earth for revenue. Their profit margin is 75%. They have 95% of the GPU market. And I don't care what anyone says about competition here, this, that, and the other thing. The pie that we're dealing with here is growing exponentially out and will for another 3 to 5 years, I think, and will be 1,000 times larger than it is now. And if NVIDIA only has 80% of the 1,000 time larger pie, they're a $20 trillion company. Right now, they're a $5 trillion company. But that's just me. You do what you want to do on your own up there.
Well, I came to say hi, but I also came to steal your tape.
You came to steal my Scotch tape. See, look at that. There it is. Okay. Well, thank you, Auntie Jen, for
Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody, she says.
Yeah, there's the hand in tan. Look at that. Look at the tan on that girl.
Look.
Bye.
All right, see you later. Bye. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, we're having fun here. We're all good. Like I say, we're just, I'm just following the markets. What can I say? And I'm watching all the stocks in the AI world as much as I can to see what's what where. And there are different levels of AI stocks. There are those that trade very cheaply at less than 10 times earnings, SanDisk, Micron, for example. Then there are those that trade in that NVIDIA neighborhood, which would be like next year's earnings 15 times to 30 times of current earnings. And then there are those that trade above 30, 40, 50 times earnings, 70, 90, and above. This is typical of any industry you want to get into. And in a hot environment like AI is, where a lot of money is headed towards AI, you're going to get stocks that are trading at 100 times earnings, 50 times earnings, 20 times earnings, and less. And you have to pick your spots. I'm not really worried about the hyperscalers pulling back. I don't think that's on the cards. I find it laughable to see the media out there. And that's using the word loosely, media. The financial media out there covering the hyperscalers' investment into AI, where they talk about, they're now spending so much money a year into AI. They're making such an investment. They have to borrow money from the bond market. Oh gosh, what happens if the bond market doesn't lend them the money? And I just chuckle at the mere fact that a company like Google is making profits, I don't know, 150 billion a year in profits. They borrow $20 billion and everyone freaks out. Oh God, they borrowed $20 billion. They only have to pay the interest on the money for the next 10 to 30 years. They can restructure their bonds anytime they want to be 10, 20, 30-year bonds, 50-year bonds. They're getting 3 to 5% interest rates that they're paying. Even if they pay 5, 6, 7%, it's a joke. The amount of money they're going to make on their AI data center cloud thing is going to be 40, 50, 60% or more per year forever. Because do you actually think out there, those of you in the world, the wide world, you actually think we're going to stop using computers in 2 years and 3 years? You think that we're going to be satisfied that this phone, which now I have an i7, an Apple 17 here, you think my next one won't be an Apple 22 or a 23 if I'm around long enough? We aren't going back to Apple 10, Apple 11. We're not going back to a phone that only takes pictures. Our laptops, we're going to need so much more power from our laptops, our iPads. Every corporation on planet Earth with more than 10, 15, 20 employees will need in-house computing power that you cannot imagine today. And the larger corporations, of which there are a zillion, and will be zillions more, will all be tied into the hyperscalers, AI, compute systems because of the price and the convenience and the speed. And it's only going to get bigger and bigger. And we haven't even started talking about robotics yet. Robotics. We all know what a robot looks like. We've all been, those of us are my age, or if you're 45 and older, you all know what a robot is. But what we remember or what we're told robots were versus what robots are becoming, we are in a disconnect here, complete disconnect. And the complexity of robotic functions, self-thinking assembly functions and everything else, it's just mind-numbing what's coming. Mind-numbing. There are those who say, oh, it's going to be Cyberdyne systems from the Terminator. And then there's a realist going, no, we're talking about grunt work being done by thinking robotics in a whole different way than ever before. And the amount of compute power you need for that, memory and everything else, we're nowhere near it. We haven't even built 1% of it yet. It's truly incredible. Anyway, I'm just a guy who likes I like the AI future. I like the AI possibilities. But I say follow the money. Just follow the money. Where does the money go to build data centers? You can talk about the land acquisitions. You can talk about pouring the concrete floor. You can talk about building the building. And you can talk about putting in the electrical. And you can talk about putting in the cooling systems and all that. You talk about, that's a lot of money. Admittedly, no, quite. There are companies who are making a lot of money and will make a lot of money doing all of that globally, not just in Peoria or Vegas or Virginia or in Canada, globally. But what really is going into an AI data center? A $50 billion data center. Where's most of that money going? One company, really, NVIDIA, really. That's really where it's headed right now. But NVIDIA doesn't sell just the chips. They sell so much more. And that's what I follow. I just follow the money. I'm going, well, most of it's going to NVIDIA. Most of it, and will continue to do so. NVIDIA has right now 1.5 trillion in back orders, as far as I know. 1.5 trillion back ordered in product. That will double in the next year. It'll be $3 trillion in back orders. And it'll go up from there. And then, 3, 4, 5 years from now, everything made in the last 10 years up till now will have to be upgraded with the newer systems. And where are you going to go for that? Well, NVIDIA. Every year after that, 10% of whatever was built from now forward will have to be upgraded again and again and again. So it gets to the point where you become an Apple. You create the product, and then you create what goes in the product, and you offer to the world all the software you can use this with, and they get, through the Apple Store, a cut. NVIDIA is going to get a cut of everything AI forever going forward on a business that'll be 1,000 times larger than it is now. Whoa. I'm just a guy in front of a computer, though. That's all. I'm just a guy. Anyway, that's just me. How you doing? How's it going, everybody? Everybody having a good time? I hope you're having a good summer. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are enjoying returns from your investments. I hope that those of you who've learned how to write options are generating some dough. Thank you to Free Demand Clay TZ for saying hi. Jude, thank you. Flint Creek, how you doing? We're using up your soap, but we're running out. Jen's got to get an order in. H. Gregory, how you doing? Juan Munoz, how you doing there, pal? Just looking at all the names that are popping up here. Mega Prime, Supreme, Hector's here. Aaron, Manuel, Michael Tucker. Who else? Boeing Tiger, Joe Sporto, Mr. Beakers. Comical name. Bobby Atkinson, how you doing there, buddy? B Tizzle, ADJ Core. Who else is here? Quarter. Somebody's quarter something. I can't read that. And what else? Doug Kuber, WC Saga. Hello from Munich. Hey, buddy. Mandu number 5 in the house. Tom Kaufman is here. Who else is here? John Biscuit is here. Echoes of Asgard, is that right? Welcome, Waverly. Our friend Splayer is here. Rodents AT Road, welcome. Andrea, Susan Shops, Xe is here. Just Incredible Realtor is here. B Tizzle again. Gabriel is there. Joe, who else we got? 2 of each, a mom. Bobby Hubby is here. Ricardo, JT Mon, Aurora in the house. Say hi, kids. Say hi. Jason is in the house. UBB Mayor is there. Welcome. Echoes, there we go. Echoes. Let's see. See the same names popping up saying hi. Hello. JJ Neptune. Robert 1640 is here, or 6140. Who else is here? Keep Your Memory and Analyze is here. EV is here. Welcome. Free Range is also here. Nice to have you. I'm 35 of you watching. Good to have you. Missed you all. I haven't done much, I haven't done anything live for quite a while. The last video I did was about a couple of videos I did about GameStop. A little while back, and watching the GameStop story. It's going to happen. They're going to buy eBay. It's only a matter of time. There's nothing eBay can do about it. No one else wants to buy eBay, apparently, or at this point hasn't felt the need to step up and try to buy eBay. And so there you go. It's just it just is what it is. GameStop is making a really good buck right now. They have one analyst covering the stock who doesn't do much, and no new analysts have joined the GameStop story to cover GameStop. Sorry, eBay has a lot of analysts, but GameStop only has one analyst covering it, and I find that absolutely criminal from a Wall Street point of view. That so-called stock brokerage firms that are working in your best interest as investors, they don't designate any analysts to GameStop's stock and story. They don't cover it. Yet they cover garbage like you cannot believe that's out there. I mean, companies that are complete crap, that are losing money left, right, and center, mismanaged left, right, and center, are covered like you cannot believe by all kinds of analysts. And yet GameStop, which has been completely resurrected by Ryan Cohen, and completely turned around into a moneymaker, cash rich and moneymaker. No one covers it. Amazing, isn't it? It just defies Mother Nature, I suppose. But hey, it be what it be. And for those who don't know, that's too bad for them, isn't it? They don't know the real story. But I think GameStop shareholders are going to do very well, very, very well with this whole thing. Remember now, if someone else comes in to try to buy eBay, to save eBay, and they offer $150 a share for eBay, GameStop owns 45 million shares right now at 10% ownership. If they make $50 a share in profit by being taken out by somebody else, they make $2 billion. GameStop ends up winning this deal when it's all said and done. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Again, I'm just a guy trying to tell you what's going on. Alfred, welcome. Dookie is here. Kick Butt is here. Derek Brooks, welcome. Thanks for saying hi. Vilbus, what's going on, babes? How you doing, pals? Thank you for joining me all from wherever you are. If any of you have any questions on what you should be doing with your stocks or options, let me know. I'll try to answer. I'll stick around a little while. I'll try to give you my best guess on what you might want to consider doing. Those of you who are thinking of becoming option writers, and that's what you should be in this market. You should be an option writer. The website awaits your visitation. You can pop in and check out my my stockmarketswithbruce.ca website, which is right there. That's what it looks like. Head over there and check it out and learn how to write stock options right from the very basics of what is an option, what's a put option, how are they created, why they go up and down, how they go up and down, why the world goes crazy about stock options right now. There you go. The other thing to remember, I'll mention this to you folks out there in case you don't know. A number of you over the years have told me from time to time that you've been having problems with your brokerage firm because they have been labeling you a day trader because you're too active in your buying and selling of securities. That's all being waived by the SEC. That's all going away so that if you've got at least $2,000 or more, you can trade all you want without fear of being labeled a day trader. Now, I'm not sure if that's already in place or it's about to go through, but it's a certainty. This is going to change the stock markets. It's going to change the markets dramatically. It's going to build a lot of volatility in the market. So stocks are going to really go up and down a lot because people now can get in and out without fear of being labeled a day trader. And it's going to catch a lot of small retail investors, I think, badly, and it could be an issue. Anyway, there it is. What else is going on? Charlie, how you been? Thank you for saying hi. And what are your thoughts on AMC? Oh yeah, what a stock to love. I still wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot cattle prod. Oh God, the amount of stock they've issued to raise cash to pay off their loans. They're 10 years from now, AMC will still be massively in debt. The bankers don't care because they're going to collect interest on this debt forever. They've got this cash flow business that they've got by the throat, and whatever blockbuster movie comes out or whatever, Miss Swift does, whatever her name, whatever new tour is coming, whatever new thing there is, the cash is going to flow to the bankers, just to the bankers. Anyway, are you still doing one-on-ones? Yes, I am. And I want to stop working. Yes, I am doing one-on-ones. If you are interested in having a one-on-one with me and you're interested in reaching out to me, just send me an email at my hotmail.com address. It's down below in the description. And let me know. We'll pick a time to get together. We'll pick a day, a time, and we'll get together. Here it is right here. See if I can get this to pop up. There it is there. And we'll pop up over there. Just give me a sec. You'll see it in just a sec. BruceFarman@hotmail.com. It might show now. Anyway, yeah, I'd be happy to have a one-on-one with you if you'd like to do that. Sorry, folks, my computer is incredibly slow these days. So I'm having fun issues with my machine, and I'm not very good at making it work very well. As many of you probably know, if you've watched me for a while, I'm terrible at how to operate these computers. I'm just useless. I get this little circle of death, that little colorful little disc that spins. I get that so often, so many times. It's ridiculous. Anyway, there you are, brucefarmer@hotmail.com. Send me an email if you want to get together. If you have any questions about my lessons, let me know. If you want a volume deal on my lessons, you're interested in buying 10 of them, let me know. I'll make you a deal. Anyway, there you go. Fantastic. Let's see what else is going on. Welcome all. Okay, here's a question. Echoes of AS Guard. I want to maximize my cash flow with my GameStop shares with call options. My cost is $24.21. I currently have August 21 expiry, $25 strikes. I got 50 cents, and I've got October $36 strikes. I got 368. I could buy back, but nothing very good to rewrite is what's being commented on here. Yeah, you're gonna have to take a look at the strikes and whether you can write anything for maybe September. Can you write September 26s, 25s, 2750s, bring in some money there? In any event. Let's see what else is going on. Prince Willing is here. How you doing, Prince Willing? Joined late. What are your thoughts on SoFi and Palantir? Palantir, I have no thoughts on it. I don't really follow Palantir very closely. SoFi, I love. I believe the numbers coming up are going to be phenomenal. I can't wait for the company to come out. I've noticed, as I'm sure all of you have noticed, how Noto keeps buying the stock. It's all I have to know. The CEO keeps buying gobs of the paper every month or so. He buys more. I don't know what else he has to do to show me that it's for real. I kind of wonder if SoFi could be a takeover target one day, the larger it gets. And I don't mean by the stock price, because right now the stock price is too low, much too cheap. But I wonder about the $17.20 stock. I wonder if, because they're over 15 million members, maybe over 16 million members now, on their way to 20 million by the end of the year, I'm sure 25 million next year. They're going to 50 to 80 million members eventually. That's easily where they're headed. They're going to generate dollars per share in profits. That is a certainty with these guys. Will there be a point in time, could there be a point in time like PayPal, where a private equity firm comes in and just offers them $40 billion to take a walk? They come to you as a shareholder and say, look, the stock right now is trading at $22 billion. We'll give you $44 billion, give you $34 a share, $34.50 a share, $35 a share, go away. And they'll buy it for $45 billion, knowing it's going to be a $200 billion company in the next 5 years, just on earnings, fundamentals. The stock price is all human emotion. Buyers and sellers, more buyers, more sellers, gamblers, day traders. That's all the daily price is. It has nothing to do generally with instantaneous moment-to-moment fundamentals at this early stage of SoFi's life. SoFi will generate in this quarterly report, they will show probably exceeded expectations on gross revenue, net revenue, membership growth, and everything else. But someone, somewhere, and maybe more than one person, will nitpick at little things that could have been better. But at the end of the day, you look at the big picture and you go, okay, their assets under administration continues to grow. They're becoming a larger bank every 3 months than the 3 months before. They're in the top 50 in probably rankings by now in the largest banks in the United States. They're on the way to a top 25 bank. And I ask myself, will they be left alone to get there, or will there be an outside party that'll come in and go, we'll give you 50 billion to get lost, 60 billion to get lost. Give you $40 a share, go away. I don't know if that would be a successful deal, but $17 a share, I like the price. I like the risk factor here. I loved the stock when it was 30. I adore it at 17. So there you go. That's my thought. Let's go. Thoughts on GameStop warrants. I have a feeling that at the end of the day, it's possible, I'm not saying likely, but it is possible that maybe we would get a run on the GameStop shares. The so-called overhanging cloud over GameStop, where Ryan Cohen had options and all these shares that he could have bought, that's all gone. That deal is gone. It's off the table. The liquidity thing, the so-called dilution factor, is a joke. Yeah, they will issue stock from the treasury to buy up eBay, but they will acquire a $50 billion market cap raise along with their own $10 billion or so valuation. So that's a $60 billion company, probably generating 7 to 10 billion in profits about a year and a half after the deal closes. And the stock will not trade at 50, 60 billion market cap. If you are making 7 to 10 billion in profit, you're going to trade at 140 to 200 billion market cap. What dilution are you worried about? There's nothing. Everyone in GameStop will make a fortune. I do not know, and I cannot say, oh, for sure the stock will go to $40 a share in a week. I can't say that. And I'm not, no one will. So what happens to the warrants? I don't know for sure. We are 3-4 months away from the exercise of those warrants. They could extend them. They could theoretically extend the life of the warrant. Don't know if they will. They could just let them die and bring out something else, possibly. I don't quite know. I don't know. I don't have an answer. But as an idea, if you sell the warrant for whatever you get for it, and take that money and just buy GameStop stock with it now, where it is now, you'll likely make money. Now, will you make 10 times your money? No, but you got them for nothing. That's all I know. Susan Shops, what are your thoughts, Bruce, on the general market in general? Are we primed for correction? There are so many pundits out there trying to get eyeballs to look at their videos, read their research items, and try to sell you courses on how to become a day trader, how to do this, how to do that. It's endless. And they're using sensationalized headlines left, right, and center. The bottom line is you have to ask yourself, is the economy growing as an overall rule in the US and Canada, Europe, or are they in retraction? We're not in retraction. We're not in recession. Are we overheated? Our economy's way overheated. Certain sectors are doing better than others, but not as an overall whole. I don't see house prices at double what they were a year ago. I don't see people getting 20% raises. I don't see takeovers left, right, and center happening every 15 minutes. So no, we're not in that position either. Inflation is tame overall. Historically, inflation is really low. Interest rates are low. Historically speaking, down here at 5%, they're cheap. So I don't see a market crash. What I don't see is corporate America, for example. Corporate America is not over leveraged in debt. Not at all. Corporate America is not contracting. Corporate America is actually holding its own and expanding. So I don't see the markets having an issue to worry about. Okay. Let's see here. What else we got? Good afternoon from Alluring Anglerfisher. And then we've got comments here on stock and options, whether I should be called away or not, and everything else. And like I say, I'm bullish, generally speaking, and I am very bullish on the AI trade. I'm very bullish on the AI build out trade. That's where I like it. I like the, for example, I like Micron, SanDisk. I think their futures are fantastic. I wish their stocks would get split, make it much more affordable. I'm optimistic on Rocket Lab long term. Intel, I think that's a huge turnaround. CoreWeave, Marvell, is it Iron? IREN? Iron? Nibius, fan of Microsoft, fan of Amazon, Meta, Oracle. I'm a fan of Oracle. As cheap as they are, as much in debt as they are, not even a problem. Oracle's going to do very, very well. Dell doing well. Broadcom, AMD, ASTS Space Mobile, like it. IBM at these prices, like it. That's a bargain there, but you better be an investor, not a flipper. That's what I'm thinking about here. Anyway, those are just some of the stocks that I'm watching closely, that I'm a fan of. And like I say, GameStop, SoFi, yep, and I like Nvidia very much. And there you are. 182 people are watching at this point. Welcome all to the channel. Nice to have you here. I hope I'm not boring you too much. Any comments? Let me know. It's nice to see you saying hi. And there we go. Let's see what else is going on. Welcome back to the madness, says Brian. What about Tesla? I don't know about Tesla. From a fundamental point of view, the stock trades at a fairly high multiple, not like it used to, but it fairly high, 337 times earnings. Yeah, it's fairly high. It's not a dividend stock. It is not a value play. The SpaceX thing, there's a lot of potential there. Could these two merge? Maybe they'll merge. A lot of flippers and day traders would like to see that happen. I don't know if that's a possibility. It's going to take a while for SpaceX stock to kind of settle down. I think SpaceX is going under 100. There's nothing but speculation all around that stock, and more paper will come out free trading as each month goes by. More early adopters, early investors, including employees, will be allowed to sell their stock when that hold period expires. There are many hold periods coming up. But, if you're a long-termer, if you want to think SpaceX for 5 years, 10 years, like you could have with Tesla way back when, great. Buy it, put it away, and forget about it. You can always play that game. Let's see what else is going on. Tez Kuzi, I can't pronounce this. What are your thoughts on stocks? Is majority of stocks now depends on hype rather than fundamentals? Take example like SPCX stocks that have a good run first week, then they dump and on and on. Well, again, a lot, like I said, in the NVIDIA world, in the AI world, you have stocks that trade at NVIDIA levels, which is 15 to 30 times earnings. You have stocks trading down around the 10 or less times earnings, which would be SanDisk and Micron. And then you have stocks trading at 40 to 500 times earnings. Name them, rattle them all off. I like companies that make a lot of money with a real high margin and a real nice moat around them. And NVIDIA fits the bill. Apple fits the bill. Google is a good one. Amazon, Microsoft, the Magnificent Seven in general, I'm very comfortable with. Not a worry with regard to cash on hand, cash flow, earnings, that kind of thing. Let's see. Tesla earnings Wednesday, I think, says Brian. And who else is here? Welcome all. And like I said, I love companies that have huge cash piles, massive cash flow, huge margins of profit, a big corner of the market, no debt, virtually no debt, massive gobs of capital, stock buybacks, dividends. Yeah, that's where that's what I'm a fan of. No question. Let's see. Let's go. Charlie says, I've been writing puts on APLD since May. Been making great premiums on 8 contracts. I got caught and signed the shares at 46. Prices dropped in the past month to 27. I'm writing covered calls, and there you go. There's a strategy right there. Nothing wrong with that. Average price after premiums is around $30. And there you go. So your cost of the stock is going down, down, down as you bring capital in to hold it, charging rent for the stock. Well done. Yeah, well done. Yeah, I mean, certain stocks are expensive. So you can do something like buying in the money calls and writing poor man covered calls if you want to be an option writer. Other ways to play stocks, like Nvidia, for example, you can do or Micron or SanDisk that are very expensive. You can do credit spreads on those. Do $500 credit spread trades, 1,000 credit spread trades. Do 3-4 of those, 5-10 of those. Limit your exposure to 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 grand per trade. You can do that too. Should you own Nvidia or cash secured puts? Well, the problem with cash secured puts on Nvidia is you got to put up a mountain of capital. I would rather on Nvidia, I would just buy deep in the money calls, and then write calls against those calls and take an income, get paid to hold them. Welcome all. Welcome AG Gunner. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. First time here. Welcome to the crowd. 188 folks here in the audience. Thank you all for joining me. Excuse me. I don't do lives much anymore, as you know. I don't want to give up the amount of time it takes to do the research and get everything set up every day. I'm much more active as an investor now on my own, so I'd rather do that. YouTube pays me nothing to do a show like this. Today's show will pay me $6 from YouTube. So I can't do this for the money. I don't have memberships anymore. I've given those up, and so I'm just going on the air very occasionally now, because I can make a lot more money as an option writer than as a presenter. And at age 70, going on 71 this year, I started when I was 62 as a YouTuber. And I had way more energy than I do now, although I'm in good health, thankfully. But it's just what's my return on my time and my return on capital? Where can I be rewarded for the best of what I can offer? And right now it has to be as an option writer. There you go. You want to have a one-on-one with me? Yeah, I'll do a one-on-one session with you. I charge $500 for those. But even if I were to do one a week of those, that's $25,000 a year. In the world of trading options, that's not a lot of money. As many of you have figured out, you've learned yourself, you can make far more money as an option writer than you could have as a full-time employee of any company you've ever worked for in the past. And so welcome to the other side, I say to those of you who joined me in the past and have become your own self-employed option writers. Fantastic, okay? Flynn Creek says, I have made a lot off of APLD calls and trading in the trend. I got away from it for chip stocks. And what about, I'm building positions in... Egander says, I'm building positions in KTOS and RCAT. Knock yourself out. That's the thing about option writing. You can build a position in whatever you like. I found a channel about a year ago, and maybe once every month or so I'll see another update. And it's basically a female who has a channel and she writes a call option or she writes call options, I should say, on NVIDIA. I'm trying to remember how many she has. She has a certain number of shares of NVIDIA, and maybe 100, 200, 300, 500. And she writes calls, and she buys them back, short-term calls. And she'll take out $400, $300, $200, $500, $200. And she'll use that money to buy 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 shares more of NVIDIA. And she just keeps acquiring more shares. And her objective is, as soon as she hits the next 100 share level of NVIDIA, she'll write one more call than she's writing now. So she's using calls to buy stock to write more calls. That's a strategy that can be employed by anyone out there on Apple, on any other stock you want, any of the Magnificent Seven, any other stock you like. It's a question of your risk tolerance, your timing, capital you have, investment style, that type of thing. Okay? Yeah, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Yeah, I got one guy here trying to promote AMC like there's no tomorrow. God bless you for it. Good luck to you, pal. You're going to need all the luck you can get, because as soon as the hot movie's gone, AMC goes back to, where's everybody? You got to wonder, as it gets hotter and hotter every summer, does it get more expensive for AMC to stay in business because of the air conditioning costs of a theater that can hold 300 viewers and there's 20 people watching a movie? Because, air conditioning has to be on no matter what. Gotta wonder. Anyway, I'm just a guy. Folks, I want to thank you so much for reaching out to me, saying hi to me from time to time. If any of you want to do a one-on-one session, you let me know. And if any of you want to grab some classes, just head to my website, check them out. They're available for you, and enjoy. And I'll say, have a great rest of your summer, and get richer and richer and richer, and make the money. Those of you who are option writers, you're probably very lonely. You have no one else to talk to, because there are very few others out there like you that write options as a specialty. It's a great way to make money, but you're not in the most populous strategy out there. But you're doing okay, and keep up the good work, everybody. From time to time, I'll pop by and say hi, let you know what's going on. Thank you, Flint Creek, for popping in, and like I say, thank you all for your following me over the years. And every once in a while, you'll see a video come out. I'll be watching this GameStop eBay story, and of course SoFi, a week and a half from now. Earnings are coming out. I'll be watching that. You might see a video about that. So keep an eye open. And in the meantime, take good care of yourselves, and make sure that you give someone that's close to you an extra longer hug the next time you see him, because you never know when it'll be the last time. And so thank you all for your kind words and reaching out to Jen and I. We very much appreciate it. And we'll keep you posted on what's going on out there. Don't forget the Knights of Neat. Don't forget to honor the Knights of Neat. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you, 5D. And thanks, Charlie, and Juan, and Flint Creek, and everyone who's been here today. Great to see folks from the past saying hi to me. Appreciate it very much. All right, everybody. You guys take care of yourselves. Keep the drive alive. And we'll talk to you next time. This is Bruce from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, saying bye for now, and have a great day. Bye.